The federal government's public-private partnership initiative in the livestock sector is gaining momentum as the authorities continue to seek ways to reduce import of dairy products. One of these partners, Integrated Dairies Limited, is located in Plateau State, north-central Nigeria, and that's where the Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar, begins his stakeholders' engagement, where he met with the company's management, dairy farmers, and other players in the dairy sector. Addressing the gathering, the minister laments that the country spends about $1.5 billion annually importing dairy products. He reiterates that local production remains the key to creating jobs and reducing poverty, which can be achieved with more support for businesses in the dairy value chain.
We're spending $1.5 billion to import dairy and dairy products from outside this country. They will not assist us because we are buying their products. We are exporting jobs and importing poverty. Nobody can do that import substitution that Nigerians here in Nigeria. And IDL has shown the way. This ministry is going to work with IDL and anybody else who wants to invest in dairy products, in dairy farming, to make sure that we capture the money we are sending out of this country to domicile it in this country.
The long-term plan is to encourage more companies like Integrated Dairies Limited to take advantage of the government's partnership to help Nigeria attain dairy self-sufficiency through local production.
Successfully built and operated Nigeria's first truly successful, vertically integrated dairy farm. Today, we produce some of the finest yogurt in the country and continue to lead the way in advancing Nigeria's livestock industry.
We know that your administration, Your Excellency, is deeply committed to food security, dairy development improvement, import substitution, rural and economic development, and a lot more. For us, West Africa has relied heavily on imported reconstituted milk powders, but IDL is the living proof that Nigeria can achieve dairy self-sufficiency.
Following the meeting, the minister and his delegation toured the dairy farm, milk processing plant, cattle breeding unit, nursery, and other facilities.
What I've seen today is a center of excellence. By any standard, this is a very, very successful venture in the dairy sector in this country. It's working around the clock. What I mean here is the right from pasture production, from grass to glass. They grow their pasture, they do their own artificial insemination, they breed their animals, they milk, they process, they package, they brand, and they market. This facility has the potential, the capacity to process 85,000 liters of milk per week. Immediately after this visit, they are coming to make a presentation on areas of collaboration between IDL and the Federal Ministry of Livestock, as well as the Plateau State government, to see how we can support this venture to do what? To open up, upscale, more animals, more land, more pasture, more capacity for training. I've just been told that they have trained about more than 100 artificial inseminators, including women. 12 of them are women. I've seen them today perform artificial insemination. And what does it tell you? It tells you that this country is moving.
The federal government says it remains committed to strengthening local milk production, creating employment opportunities, enhancing food security, and positioning Nigeria's livestock industry to be a major driver of economic growth.